Hey guys, stick around for this one, all right? It's going to be a stream of consciousness. I'm going to try and get everything out that I want to say. So I'm probably just going to look out the window at the sun because that helps me with that. You know, thought pulling that energy in. So I wanted to talk about quantum leaping, quantum consciousness, the difference between 3D, 4D, 5D. You know, I had a buddy send me a video and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I kind of forgot. I got lost in the sauce a little bit of why I'm doing this. And it's really to help people wake up to their own consciousness so that they can change their lives. Because on the side, I mean, I help people daily that are going through addictions. You know, people that are looking to expand their business, whatever it may be. They're doing the shadow work. And all that is just a different step in the consciousness journey. But if you want to change your life, if you genuinely want to change your life, then you have to start with the thought. Thoughts that you think long enough, attached with emotion, eventually collapse down space-time. Okay? And that's what creates your manifestations. Everything that you're experiencing right now is manifested. That's why we have this thing in the spiritual community called the dark night of the soul, is because at a certain point you stop identifying yourself with your achievements and the things that you own and your job title and all this other meaningless bullshit that isn't you. It isn't you! Okay? And you wake up to realize that the bad stuff that happens to you throughout your life is of your doing. And that's kind of it makes you a little salty at the start. You're like, fuck, bro. You mean my life is the way it is because I'm toxic? Yes, it is. But that also means your life can be amazing because you are amazing and you are worthy. And the important thing is to just flip over our thoughts, flip over and change to identify as that highest ideal of ourself. And we need to reconnect with ourselves by disconnecting from the world around us. I'm not saying you have to get rid of all your friends, go into a hermetic zone, you know, go chill like Yoda off on some fucking star system. You don't have to do that shit, okay? But you're not going to find yourself if you're completely filling your time giving all your energy out to other people. So be very keen. Watch your energy and keep it to yourself and keep your thoughts to yourself. Don't absorb too much of the world. Turn off the news. Turn off the social media. It's okay to post on here. It's okay to consume a little bit if it makes you laugh. But if you're getting anxious, you don't want to be in that zone. There's a map of consciousness that you can look up. Go on Google, go on ChatGPT, whatever you want. Look up the levels of consciousness and the different vibratory states. When you start to ascend, you're going to get out of the lower ones, which are like the shame, the fear, the anger. You're going to ascend to pride. You're going to think you're all that hot shit. And then above that, you're finally going to get to understanding, willingness, and love. And then above that, you start to hit peace, tranquility, bliss, and finally enlightenment. Enlightenment is not like some guru state that very few can get to. It's more so, it's your divine state where you don't have to think about what you're gonna do because you identify as that perfect version of yourself. I have a friend, for example, that is really already stepped into this. And it's kind of annoying sometimes, but it's also, I see everything in life as a lesson, which is great. It's a great place to be. You know, because some of the younger kids, they wake up so much earlier now. Because they just automatically know. It's like snap, boom. They know what their ultimate highest version of themselves is. So he's very much stepped in to what he wants to achieve in his life. And so therefore, he's already enlightened. And by enlightened, I mean that he doesn't have to fucking think. He doesn't have to really think. He just does. He just does the thing that he's supposed to do. To be that version of him. It's about embodiment at that stage. It's not like you have to pass go, collect $200, and then you have to think your way into the solution. No, you become the solution. And so you have to start identifying yourself early on as you wake up with what you truly want to achieve in your life. Whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If you want to be the most attractive version of yourself, then you better start saying it. I like telling people the I am statement. Okay? Because the way the subconscious works is the more you consciously think a thought and you attach an emotion to it, it goes into your subconscious mind, and then that becomes your reality. Your heart is the gateway to that subconscious mind. The subconscious does not think like the conscious mind does. It doesn't actually understand reality and have a difference in reality from what you see in your imagination versus what you perceive as actually physically real. So you can imagine a feeling state and attach it to a thought, and that allows you to shift quicker, to quantum jump. If you want to quantum leap into your perfect life, you need to spend some time where you're literally just thinking about that perfect life and attaching gratitude towards it. Because how would you feel? How would you feel if you have everything right now? If it's done right now? If it's already here right now? Would you feel a little bit different? Probably. Probably. But you need to start thinking those thoughts and attach those emotions, and you'll start to see the intrusive thoughts that come into your head changing. And then you just need to take the divine action, because that's how the game really is designed. You have to identify as something first, and then that bleeds into your belief systems, and your belief systems are what create the matrix. Okay? Your life is living inside of a matrix of your construction. It's like a prison of your own construction. All right? So if you construct a prison by having a bunch of negative thoughts, then you will be subjugated by it. You will have to play by those rules. But you can also break all the prison bars by identifying as something else, something that you want to be. And the more you step into this, the more energy you get to it, you'll start to notice synchronicities. Synchronicities are like those small little intuitive nudges from God where he shows you like, oh yeah, you're on the path. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, go this way. And you just have to keep acting with the divine action. But that's genuinely how it works. Identify, it changes your emotions and belief system. Those new belief systems go into your subconscious. Your subconscious then creates your reality, as well as is responsible for a lot of the thoughts that are either intrusive or intuitive that come into your mind. So allow the new intuitive thoughts to come in that guide you to take divine righteous action towards that highest ideal that you want out of your life. Live in that present moment, upgrade your emotions, feel it in your heart, and you will attract the reality that you desire. And that's really that's what 5D living is. It's not where you are an effect of the world and the world is the cause. Because when you're in a lower state of consciousness, which we've all been at, I'm assuming, unless you come out like Jesus, right? That would be fun, right? You come out super hyper conscious at a young age. Woo! You're like, I am the creator. No. But I remember when I was younger, I used to be like, oh, the world sucks. And then I would blame everything that happens to me on the world around me. Okay? Instead of realizing that the things that I'm experiencing on the outside are a reflection of the world that I allow on the inside. So let's change the inside. It will be reflected on the outside. Divinely take action towards the identity that you wish to be. Fill your heart with higher states of emotion. Protect your energy from people that are trying to take it. And honestly, another piece of advice, real quick, is don't view anyone as toxic. It's not useful. It's not useful for you. View them as a teacher. Because if somebody comes into your life that is genuinely toxic and they're trying to rip you up or tear you down, that is a great learning opportunity. That will help you, okay? Because it's also teaching you how to protect your energy. It's teaching you what you don't want. And then you can fill your time with the things you do want, okay? So they're kind of helping you get back on the path, getting you back towards your higher identity, your dreams, all that stuff. All right. Love you guys. Namaste. Catch you around.